Please join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for America the Beautiful.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesties, above the fruited plain. America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful, for heroes prove in liberating strife, who more than self their country love, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every grain divine. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, for purple mountains' majesties, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Please be seated.
Good morning, and Baruchim Habayim, a blessing of welcome on everyone who is here today to celebrate this sacred occasion. I'm going to let you sit down for a moment to relax, because when we have an invocation, it'll be time to rise, but I'll give you the signal for when that is. Before sharing some words of our sacred texts, I want to make an observation. I'm reminded of a similar gathering a few years ago in the city of Monrovia, where leaders of many faiths were together to celebrate in fellowship the delicious bounty of the Lord. Not only the bounty of friendship, but also the bounty of food. And so one of my table mates and I made a pact. We made a brit. We made a covenant to fully enjoy the bounty of the Lord together. And so I said to my friend from the LDS Church, if you will enjoy an extra slice of bacon on my behalf, I will have an extra cup of coffee for you. and thus we cemented our fellowship that day. I recognize that each of us has our own way of honoring the will of our Creator. Some of those ways more peculiar than others. But I'm reminded today that together we thrive. And further, only together do we thrive. I'm reminded of these words from the book of a text that many of us share, the book of Ecclesiastes in chapter 4, where the author says, "What is the benefit of a person who amasses treasure alone? Two are better than one, because they can both benefit from their prosperity. And when one falls, the other can lift his fellow up. When one is attacked, the other can defend their fellow. And when three are bound together, a threefold cord cannot be broken." I invite you to look around at the beautiful cord we have bound today. One thing that I know we all share is a tradition of lifting up our voices in song. A particular Jewish teaching from Rabbi Kalonymus Kalman Shapira, a rabbi who spent his last days in the Warsaw Ghetto before he and his students were exterminated, said this: "There are some people who are so holy they can just reach up and touch heaven. But most of us need a ladder." And he uses the word sulam. It's a Hebrew word for ladder that appears in the story of Jacob and his ladder in his dream. Coincidentally, that same word in Hebrew is the word for a musical scale. And he said, "Let song be your ladder, whether it is sung in the joy of fulfilling the will of your Creator, or it is the song of a heart that is broken open." And so in a moment, when Cantor Ruth shares her song, she will ask you to rise, and then we will give this invocation together, for together we thrive.
Thank you, Rabbi. Boker Tov, good morning, everyone. Come on, let's try it again. Good morning. It is beautiful to wake up in the morning to a gift of God and nature, and to know that I'm getting ready to spend a little bit of my morning with all these people that are in it together. And so one of the Jewish traditions that I love the most is this ability to give us the tools to live our lives to the fullest, to be an example to others, and to share the light that we carry inside with everyone else, also by recognizing someone else's light. So, morning blessings are usually what we do when we wake up, and the most traditional ones go like this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. You fill in the blank. Blessed are you, our God, Master of the universe, who, whatever you at that moment are reading, whether it is recognizing the majesty and the gifts that God gives us in many different ways, you can go on and on with those blessings. Today I want to share with you a modern interpretation of those blessings. You ready? It starts, how can I be? And then you fill in the blank. Because God exists in our days through our actions, through what we do. So we have to own it, and we have to be. So this is what a colleague of mine shared with me. understanding today, perhaps. So think about the things that you need this morning to be in order to be that light for others. And when you're ready, shout it out. What do you need to be this morning? Come on, I know we haven't all been tuned in yet. Humble. How can I? You can use your hands, I can't. How can I be a little more humble today? What? Trusting today. Oh, how can I be a little more loving today? Oh, one more time. What? Giving. I like that. How can I be a little more giving today? I'm going to ask you to please rise and take both hands. How can I be a little more open today? Oh, how can I? What else? How can I be a little more joyful today? Oh, how can I be a little more respectful today? Oh, how can I be a little more understanding today? Oh, how can we look at each other and see the same? How can I be a little more whole together? Boker Tov, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Brett Schaefer. I'm the president of the board of directors of Friends Indeed. Welcome to the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. This is a wonderful opportunity for business leaders, congregations, and individuals from all walks of life to come together. We're proud to have Westcom Credit Union as our sponsor again this year. Like Friends Indeed, Westcom has been a mainstay in Pasadena for many years. Since its founding, Westcom has demonstrated a community-driven, service-first culture that aligns with the Friends Indeed motto, doing together what we cannot do alone. Thank you, Westcom Credit Union, for your contribution to the success of the 50th annual Mayor's Interfaith Prayer Breakfast. It is my great pleasure to introduce Darren Williams, the President and CEO of Westcom Credit Union.
Thank you, Brett. Good morning. Good morning, Mayor Gordo, council members, representatives from our event host this morning, Friends Indeed, and all of our honored guests. We are truly honored to be a part of this event, the 50th annual Mayor's Interfaith Prayer Breakfast. Westcom has been a proud resident and a corporate citizen of Pasadena since 1986. when we relocated our offices from Los Angeles. And on behalf of our 220,000 members and our 850 team members, we're very honored to be a presenting sponsor. The theme, Together We Thrive, Pasadena, really is closely aligned with the core purpose of Westcom Credit Union as a financial cooperative, mutually owned by our members. We have, as an integral part of our existence, community service. In fact, it's so important that it's one of our 3 strategic imperatives is community. And it helps us achieve our primary mission, which is to help Southern Californians build better lives. We are committed to filling that purpose and our mission and our vision by focusing on the well-being of the communities that we serve throughout Southern California and Pasadena in particular. We do this largely through our foundation, the Westcom Foundation, that supports community-based nonprofit partners and encourages engagement from our team members to participate in community service events. We're happy to be a part of not only this community, but to be here today with all of you and look forward to sharing this time together as we learn and we reflect. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to the 50th Pasadena Mayor's Interfaith Prayer Breakfast. So good to see so many of our neighbors in this room. We are so fortunate to live and work in Pasadena, where we get to experience all 4 seasons in a week. The most important question that gets asked at this breakfast is, where is the men's and women's room? It's to my left, to your right, right over there. So don't go to the registration table. The restrooms are right there. Before I get started with introducing the mayor, I understand that we have some very important people in the room. Is Jubilee from Congresswoman Judy Chu here? Where is she? There she is. We have representatives from Senator Anthony Portantino, Dominique and Christie. Where are you? There we are. Thank you. And our good friend, the representative from Assemblyman Chris Holden, is Anne Marie Hickenbottom here. Where is she? The light's in my, yeah. And then we got a couple other important people. Tammy Silver, PCC Board of Trustee. Oh, there we go. A little fan club over there. And then Patrice Marcel McKenzie from the PUSD Board. Where is she? There she is. Good morning. And then can we give a big round of applause to the Pasadena Fire Department Honor Guard for presenting the flags. Friends Indeed is proud to serve as the host organization for this amazing community event that celebrates the diversity of our people and places. We are honored that we get to do this year after year. We want to especially give a special thank you to former Mayor Bogard, who during his time as mayor allowed Friends Indeed the opportunity to serve as host for this breakfast. Would you please join me in recognizing former Mayor Bogard? Where are you, Bill? There he is. We have been fortunate to host this breakfast at the Convention Center for the past several years. I always want to give a big thank you to Michael Ross, your team, and the Convention Center, and Encore AV for always taking good care of us, allowing us to make last-second changes, and most importantly, not charging us any additional fees. So thank you, Michael. This Mayor's Interfaith Prayer Breakfast is a vital part of the Pasadena community. Friends Indeed continues to do our best in keeping this event affordable. but with the prices of eggs, coffee, and bread, we didn't know if we could keep our ticket prices down. But with the generous support from our sponsors, we once again were able to keep the ticket prices low. So I want to thank you to all our sponsors for making this morning happen. But there are a few sponsors that I want to give an extra shout out to. Our presenting sponsor, Westcom. There's a few other premium sponsors that we want to recognize. I want to thank you, Miguel Marquez, our new city manager in the city of Pasadena. Tournament of Roses. Thank you, David Ease. We can always count on you. And new to the breakfast this year is Options for Learning. Thank you. And then an extra shout out to the Sisterhood of Pasadena Jewish Temple and Center for underwriting this morning's featured presentation. There we go. So before I bring the mayor up, I wanted to share with you a quick story. So yesterday I went on my usual morning walk, and I bumped into my neighbor, Bob. And Bob looked a little perplexed and frustrated and at a loss. And I said, Bob, what's going on? He said to me, Richard, I need to get a hold of the mayor because I have some things I want to share with him. And I said, Bob, I'm actually having breakfast with the mayor tomorrow. Is there anything that I can relay to him? And Bob said, yeah. Can you please ask the mayor why there's still so many potholes? Does my gardener really need to use an electric leaf blower? Why are the EV chargers always broken? And the city parking is just getting too expensive. And I said, Bob, I will relay that message to the mayor. But really, Pasadena is a fine city. Just ask Councilman Hampton. They will fine you for using a gas leaf blower. They will fine you for overwatering your lawn. And they will fine you just 1 minute after your parking meter expires. Mayor Gordo, you were such a trooper during the Rose Parade. Your vehicle broke down on the parade route, and you walked the next several miles to greet the people. That was pretty awesome. Please accept this gift from Friends Indeed. Should you ever walk the parade route, please use these super comfortable shoe insoles to walk the parade route. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming your mayor, our mayor, Victor Gordo.
Good morning, everyone. I'll try that one more time. You just heard from Dr. Richard Chung. Good morning, everyone. I'll take the comfortable shoe insoles, but my friends at the tournament this year are promising me that I won't need them. I can't tell you what an honor and a privilege it is to serve as mayor of the city of Pasadena. Having grown up in Pasadena, having been a part of every part of Pasadena. And what I mean by that is having attended Pasadena schools. And by the way, Urban Voices, let's welcome them because there's some Pasadenans over there. She may not remember this or maybe not admit it, but Lorinda Hawkins Smith and I attended school together in Pasadena. And so she's one of the leaders at Urban Voices. I'd like to welcome her. You know, the theme is thriving together, and I'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment. But first, I'd like to welcome my colleagues on the Pasadena City Council who every Monday ensure that Pasadena thrives together. And I'll start with the Vice Mayor of the city, Felicia Williams, who's here with us. Of course, my good friend and colleague Tyrone Hampton is here with us. Councilmember Jean Masuda is here. And Councilmember Jess Rivas is here. And of course, Councilmember Jason Lyon is here with us. You know, I have to say that I've had the great benefit and pleasure of working with many iterations of the Pasadena City Council, and this is by far one of the best. Every member of the City Council is dedicated not only to doing his or her part for their district, but really engaged in ensuring that Pasadena thrives together. Really ensuring that we have the best workforce of any city, and we do, of any city in the region, the state, and the country. And it's in that spirit that I'd like to welcome our brand new city, I was going to say almost brand new, but brand new city manager, Miguel Marquez. And his staff, and of course our city attorney, Michelle Bonarise, is here with us as well. So, you know, people say to me, what a terrific thing to be mayor of Pasadena. And I tell them, yeah, it's the, you know, I feel privileged. It's the best job in the world. For a former paperboy in Pasadena, it's the greatest job in the universe. But I say to them, you know, I do have the honor and privilege of serving as mayor of this great city, but every mayor has a mayor. And what I mean by that is, even as I serve as mayor, I tell people, I have a mayor, and my mayor is Bill Bogard, and I'd like to introduce Bill Bogard. Mayor Bogard, as you all know, has provided great leadership, set the bar high for all future, current and future elected officials, and certainly set the standard for mayors of Pasadena. And I've had the great honor and privilege of working with him on the city council, learning from him, and certainly still call on him for advice on a great deal and a great number of issues. So thank you, Mayor Bogard. The theme today is thriving together. And I thought about, what does that mean, thriving together, in the context of the 50th prayer breakfast? You know, in the context of a great organization like Friends Indeed, that next year, listen to this, will celebrate 130 years of contributing to people in this community. What does it mean to thrive together when we all come from different paths in life, maybe even have different belief systems in life? What does it mean to thrive together when someone has a different view or opinion of your own personal beliefs and you of theirs? What it means to thrive together in that context is acceptance. It means that we accept one another as human beings, as neighbors, as friends, and we don't judge because we can't change people by criticizing their beliefs. We don't attempt to criticize or demean people based on their beliefs. Instead, we embrace them and we share with them our own personal views and beliefs. Instead of attacking, we hold out a hand, and as I've heard many in this room say, we hold out a hand and ask to walk together. And that's what makes Pasadena and this event so special, is look around the room. Just take a moment and look around the room. Look at the diversity in this room. Just look at your own table. Look at the people in this room. Look at the people up here. And think to yourself, how many generations of people have been in this room praying, asking that we arrive at this moment. Praying and asking that there be a seat at every table for everyone from every walk of life, regardless of their belief, regardless of where they've come from, so that we together can pray for a better Pasadena. And here we are. And I'd like to congratulate all of you for having made it here, because this is, if you could see what I see, a very diverse group of people from every walk of life. It's a very special view that I have, a very special vantage point, and I thank you for that. So on behalf of all residents of Pasadena, on behalf of our faith community, and today I'd like to thank our faith community for being such strong partners in our efforts to make Pasadena a better place to live. But today, I'd like to thank all of you for doing your part. I'd like to thank Darren Williams, who I called upon last year and said, you know, we're going to be back in person, and I'd like to ask if Westcom would be the title sponsor for this breakfast, and he graciously agreed and has been here since. Was it last year or the year before? I think 2 years ago. And so Westcom has done a great job of standing up and helping us thrive, not just today, but every day in Pasadena. So today, on behalf of all residents of Pasadena, let me just say that I thank all of you for doing your part. I thank all of you for being a part of this great city. As we seek to thrive together, let's keep in mind to embrace, to accept, and to agree to work together as we reach for our common goal of a better and greater Pasadena. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you being here. And again, I appreciate you doing your part to ensure that Pasadena is the best city that it can be, and yes, that it remains the center of the universe. Thank you very much.
We're delighted to introduce Reverend Dr. David Emmanuel Goatley to offer the blessing of the food. Dr. Goatley made history on January 21st of this year as the first Black president of Fuller Theological Seminary. Fuller has been an integral part of the Pasadena community for 75 years, providing world-class education in theology, missiology, and psychological services. Please join me in a very warm Pasadena welcome, Dr. Goatley.
Let us pray. Loving God, siblings of various faiths gather this morning for prayer and food and fellowship and sharing. We rejoice that you are faithful and gracious in word and deed, that you uphold those who are falling and raise up those with heads bowed down, and that as our eyes look to you, you give us provision in season. We are grateful that your ways are just and you are kind in what you do, that you are near to those who call on you and that you hear our cries and offer hope and healing. We thank you for the fellowship we share and the food we receive, for the lives that have produced and prepared and provided it for us. We give you thanks. Now nourish us for good work done well, that this city and world might be righteous and just. And we remember today our neighbors near and far who suffer and struggle and grieve and go without what is fair. Make us hospitable and helpful to all who are in need. Amen.
This is now served.
Since 1894, we've made it our mission at Friends Indeed to reach out and help those who find themselves on the margin with dignity and respect. We believe that giving to those in need helps build a stronger community in Pasadena. We distribute groceries to local families through our food pantry, providing more than 500,000 meals per year. That's thousands of pounds of groceries each week to hundreds of households. Our pantry provides groceries, like a neighborhood market, where families get real food to supplement their weekly meals, including bags of fresh fruits and vegetables, and meat and protein too. Our bad weather supplies distribution takes place during the winter months on Thursday nights. We provide distribution of winter clothing and bad weather supplies to anyone who needs them. During extreme weather, we also provide emergency motel stays to our most vulnerable clients with serious health concerns. In the women's room, we believe in giving homeless and at-risk women a space to build meaningful lives through community, boosting their confidence and self-esteem by engaging in many forms of art, writing, and self-care. We also provide assistance with basic services like showers, clean laundry, good food, and a place to find support and love. The results can be life-changing. Our eviction prevention and rental assistance program helps neighbors avoid eviction by providing short-term rental assistance, which is critical to maintaining housing stability in our community. This program also provides our clients with supportive services to help sustain their current housing, including case management. Our street outreach and housing team works to build relationships with people experiencing homelessness. We identify and reach out to over 100 folks each year. Our goal is to reduce their housing barriers and eventually navigate them to either interim or permanent housing and give them keys to a new life. Since 1894, we have been doing together what we cannot do alone. Through compassion, connection, and dignity, we are changing lives. At Friends Indeed, we serve our neighbors in need. Join us in helping the Pasadena community. To learn more or donate to our cause, visit us at friendsindeed.pas.org.
So I hope that you'll go to our website and watch that video again to show you what we're doing at Friends Indeed. So I'm Rabbi Joshua Levine Grader. I'm the Executive Director of Friends Indeed, and I want to welcome you. I brought my fan club. And the work that we do is really about the people that we serve. And I'd like you to just look at the center of your table, to the centerpieces of flowers which I've been instructed by my staff to say you are not taking the centerpieces, because these centerpieces are a work of love, of partnership between our amazing connection with Trader Joe's. So I hope you patron Trader Joe's. They donate all the flowers. And they were put together by the women of the women's room at Friends Indeed. And I want to tell you that the amount of passion and love that the ladies have found through arranging flowers has transformed some of their lives. And Rabbi Carrier and I didn't coordinate, but he talked about the ladder. That was my whole image, so now you have the image of the ladder. So you have one rabbi go before the other rabbi. But at Friends Indeed, we try to see ourselves as a ladder, and that we are the bottom rung, either to hopefully prevent you from becoming homeless, or be the first rung that's lifting you up if you've arrived on the streets. And so the work of the flowers, you might not think is helping people to fall past that rung, but I can tell you that it is. Because the women who come to the women's room, they tell us that in many ways it is a lifesaver, that they might have fallen off that rung. Because it's giving them purpose, it's giving them hope, it's giving them connection, it's giving them a sense of love and dignity and all the things that you'll watch in the video that we're also providing. But one of the women is here with us today. Her name is Denise, and she's sitting over there. I promised she wouldn't have to come up and say anything, but there's Denise. Denise is living in her van on the streets of our city. And she comes to Friends Indeed as a way to connect. And the making of these centerpieces, if you saw the energy that happened in the room with the music on, with the smiles, with the laughter, with the artistic creation, none of these ladies are florists. But thanks to the opportunity, they're finding purpose. And that's one of the rungs on the ladder. And so we are grateful to everyone here. Obviously, you get to see my face, but I'm very proud to lead a staff of 23 people who work every single day tirelessly to serve our clients in the food pantry, in the women's room, out on the street with our outreach team, helping people from becoming evicted, providing supplies, emergency shelters. So I'd like to just give a little applause and gratitude to the staff of Friends Indeed. And you're about to hear some amazing music. And hopefully you've read the back of your program to see who these folks are. But I just want to tell you how personally proud I am. Not going to embarrass him too much. But the director here, Leov Sofer, I've known, and many of the folks from the Pasadena Jewish Temple have known since he was 8, 9, 10 years old. We knew he was pretty talented back then. And we knew that he was going to come and do great things in the world through his immense voice, as you heard earlier, his musical talent, his passion, which I saw when he was a teenager when we led a service for families on high holidays back in 2007, 2008. The charisma was there then. But this, what he's done with his team here, I think relates to the work and the joy of making those flowers. Because these people are finding meaning through making music. So it is with beyond pleasure and honor and gratitude to welcome our friends, Urban Voices.
Thank you very much. My name is Iron Donato, and we, with UVP, and you, with the 50th Annual Interfaith Prayer Breakfast, together, we are a humanitarian rainbow that will lead people to where they need to go. We will correct what's wrong because we, together, are strong. When I was homeless, I was weak. I was beating myself up because I could not correct what was wrong. And I had to tell myself, forgive myself. I had to tell myself, love myself. I had to tell myself, be gentle to myself, my love. Be gentle to myself, my love. So I want every one of you to forgive yourself, to tell yourself to be gentle to myself, my love. And if you want, stand up and sing with us. Stand up and show your love with Leof Sofer as we all sing. Be gentle to myself, my love.
is tired of looking the other way. I wanna love myself.
Hello, my name is Lorinda, and I am a Dina Dame. That's right. I claim both Dinas, Altadena and Pasadena.
All right, Lorinda,
Yes.
you got it, Lorinda.
Yes. Also, yes, I did go to school with Mayor Gordo. Wilson Junior High back then, now Wilson Middle. Back then he was just Victor. But unfortunately, Altadena was the first place that I experienced homelessness. How many of you know it's expensive to live by yourself in Altadena and Pasadena? Yeah, I was living with family. But then one of my family members became sick. And during his episodes, he would be violent. So in order to protect myself and my child, we needed to leave. Unexpectedly, suddenly, homelessness. Also, just recently in Pasadena, I attended a vigil for Karina, 60-year-old woman, homeless, living in her car in the parking lot of the 99-cent store. She died when she was waiting for housing because she couldn't stay in a safe place. I'm thankful for Urban Voices Project.
All right, all right.
Because homelessness, it can actually happen to anyone. And I think it's important though, whatever happens, whatever your circumstance, we're here together because we want to thrive together, right?
Yes, Lord.
Right?
Yes, Lord.
So as long as we just don't stay there, right? Let's rise.
All right, that's right.
Rise. And with this next song, we're going to talk about rising again. This is an original song. It was written in 2017, 2018. But it's about rising again. Thank you for having us.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you.
To inhale, exhale, I've got the energy.
I just want to say something really quick. This is the first year that Lorinda Hawkins-Smith has joined us as one of the directors of the choir. Please give her a big round of applause. As your local Pasadena artivist, as we like to say, artist and activist, she is a power of nature. And thank you guys for your support in having us. I just want to say before we do our last piece that what you guys are seeing right now is only the face. The heart of what music can do doesn't just happen when the choir goes out to sing and sing for homeless advocacy or the power of the arts. The heart of the work is in rehearsal. The heart of the work is in workshops. It's in classes. It's in the fact that they know that 2 p.m. on every Wednesday, they have a home to be. They know that no matter how hard their health could be and how bedridden they are, they have something that can give them a sense, and when I say them, I'm speaking of me, because 2 o'clock on Wednesday is my therapy too. It gives us a sense of waking up, at least for this one day of the week, and getting out of the bed and taking the bus or taking access or doing whatever we need to do to get to rehearsal because it's a family for us. Urban Voices Project doesn't just have one rehearsal for this choir. We have multiple workshops and programs that we do. We have a music meditation class on Fridays. We have music education classes that we do, and they're in Skid Row and they've been growing. And you have your own Pasadena program instructor right here, which is why I'm going to be very clear, and may the record show, that I hope today inspires many of the sponsors here, many of the community partners here. I know that Friends Indeed is already interested, and I hope that the mayor's office as well supports the concept of bringing a heart-based program, meaning a weekly program, a workshop of how arts disrupts the pain and the tragedy of homelessness. We'd like to bring it here to Pasadena. What do you guys say? Okay, may the record show they all clapped. You see in front of you all of the different people that make up our team. They are all leaders, they are all activists, they are all artists. We do much work in Skid Row. You're all invited to come and check it out and join us for one of our community jams. And if you'd like to see more, we have a table where we can engage with you. I also want to introduce my co-founder, Christopher Mack, up here, who founded the project with me 9 years ago. And then one of our incredible leaders, our executive director, Kate Richards-Geller. You can find any of these leaders, but everyone here is a leader. If you talk to any single person with our shirt on, they'll tell you so much more about what this work does for not us personally, but what it can do to disrupt homelessness, to bring sense of purpose to those who have been failed by a broken, cracked system. And as we work to repair it, and as we work to start to see the humanity in each other, and not just to humanize homelessness, but someone once, actually it was one of our members that taught me to say this, to personalize it. To make sure it's not just humans that you're looking at, but these are your humans. These are your people and your neighbors, your artists, your singers, your leaders right here in front of you. Amen. And they're the same ones that could be you suffering in the rain 2 hours ago, in the middle of the night. Those are your artists, your leaders, your singers.
You got it, Leon.
So let your city sing by continuing to support the way that our voices, the arts, is actually something that can fill the gaps in our system, something that can repair beyond just healthcare, housing, and employment, but something that can give us voice. So with that, I'm going to ask you all to do something. It's the 2 most feared words in all live performance. Do you know what that is? Audience participation. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to have everybody from Pasadena Jewish Temple Center Sisterhood and back to your right, my left. I want you to sing this part with me. Cantor Ruth is going to help lead this over there. Okay? It goes like this. You are my sunshine. sunshine. Your turn. You are my sunshine. Now that you know it, sing a little louder. You are my sunshine. One more for practice. You're all in the group. Good job. Rehearsal's at 2 o'clock next week. All right. Can I get from Options for Learning, kind of in this and the council men and women and people and that side? Can you guys do me a favor? You're going to learn a harder one. You guys ready for a challenge? Are you ready for a challenge? Some people are like, please don't call on me. All right. It goes like this. You have to count, though. You have to think. 1, 2, 3. You never know, dear. 2, 3. How much I love you. 2, 3. You never so very happy. Well, let's try that. 1, 2, 3. You never know, dear. How much I love you. How much I love you. You never so very happy. You never so very. Okay, it's like a soprano part. I'm gonna sing it down here for the baritones. You never know, dear. All right. Think, Frank Sinatra. 1, 2, 3. You never know, dear, how much I love you. How much I love you. You're never so very happy. You're never so very happy. Let me hear you now. 1, 2, 3. You never know, dear. How much I love you. I don't hear you. How much I love you. There we go. You're never so very happy. You're never so very happy. Good. They've got your back. I see you. There's a little bit of frightened looks in the room. Anybody here acknowledge that they think they can't sing? Raise your hand. Lies. All lies. Put yourself in your 4-year-old self. Did your 4-year-old self ever think you couldn't sing? Did your 2-year-old self ever think you couldn't sing? How much? Okay. Everybody in the middle. The last part goes like this. You make me happy. You make me happy. You make me happy. So very happy. Let me hear it. You make me happy. Oh, you make me happy. This is your table too. Come on. You make me happy. So very. One more time. Try it. Go. You make me happy. Keep that going. Keep that going. You make me happy. You make me happy. You guys remember your part? So keep going. Here it comes. And you are my sunshine. Let me hear it. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Oh, yeah. You never know, so you got the hard part. Let me hear you guys. You make me happy. You never know, dear, how much I love you. You make me happy. Sunshine. You never know, so very happy. Little louder. You make me happy. You never know, dear, how much I love you. You never know, so very happy. You are my sunshine. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Sunshine. You never know, so very happy. You never know, dear. You never know. Just sing the melody with me. When the skies are gray. You never know, so very happy. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take. You guys know the words? You are my sunshine. Let me hear it. The whole room sing it. My only sunshine. You make me happy. You make me happy. When skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine. You make me happy. You make me happy. You make me happy. So very happy.
You'll never know, dear. You'll never know.
Let me hear it.
You'll never know, dear. How much I love you. You'll never know.
Where are you?
You'll never know, dear. How much I love you.
Can we just do the voices? Just the voices. Let me hear it. Come on. Hey. You make me happy. Stand up. You make me happy. Stand up. You make me happy. So very. Stand up. You make me happy. Everybody. You make me happy. Let me see you move. You make me happy. Move your feet. So very. Let me see you move. You make me happy. Come on. You make me happy. I see you moving. You make me happy. So very. One more. You make me happy. You make me happy.
How much I love you.
You make me happy.
You'll never know.
So very happy. You make me happy. Hey, you make me happy.
How much I love you.
You make me happy. So very
How much I love you. You'll never know.
one last one.
You'll never know, dear. How much I love you. You'll never know. So very happy. You make me happy. You'll never know, dear. You make me happy. How much I love you. You make me happy. You'll never know. So
Urban Voices Project. Stay up here, guys. Stay up here, everybody.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
Here you go,
So
Mayor.
you can see, so you can see that in Pasadena, thriving together means accepting one another,
All right. That's
welcoming
right. Amen.
each other,
That's right.
embracing each other,
Yes, Lord.
working together for one another's benefit, for every member of this community's benefit. And we do it together. That's how we thrive together.
Yes.
And so, on behalf of the city of Pasadena and all residents of Pasadena,
All right.
I'd like to present this to the two of you and to my friend Lori for bringing us such great entertainment, such great inspiration, and new friends and old friends to Pasadena to inspire us as we launch on another year together, regardless of our station or walk in life, to help make this the greatest city in the universe for everyone. So thank you very much.
Yes.
So in addition to the plate, on behalf of our elected representatives, we have commendations and certificates from the Congresswoman Judy Chu, from Assembly Member Chris Holden, from State Senator Anthony Portantino, and a special gift from Friends Indeed.
Wow.
As I said, art is very important. Well, I said flowers are important, but art is very important in the women's room. And so this is an original piece. We have a lot of amazing artists in the women's room, and so this is something to hang in your studio or to hang wherever you like, as well as all of these commendations that I'll put here.
Wow.
And I want to invite Reverend Marlene and all those who are going to do the final prayer. Oh yeah, there you are. Okay.
So as we wrap up this morning, quick housekeeping things. Please don't take the centerpieces. They're going back to the women's room. There's a comment card for the mayor. Mayor Gordo would love to hear from you. You may leave the card on the table or bring it to the registration table. If you're interested about Urban Voices Project, they have a table right back there. And of course, if you want to support the good work of Friends Indeed, we have a QR code on the table. Reverend Marlene to lead the community prayer, and then thereafter, the closing song.
Good morning. As the folks who are part of the prayer are making their way to the podium, I'd like to invite all the religious leaders and clergy that serve in the area to come and stand right in front of us and face out so you can see all the people who labor in this city and are in conversation and partnership with Friends Indeed. I want you to see their faces as we offer a final prayer. I think we're almost here, and there is a response. The response is, together we thrive. Let's practice that. Together we thrive. And you'll be invited to pray that line after each person prays.
Gracious Spirit of love that resides within and among us, guided by the good work of Friends Indeed and connected through the city of Pasadena, we are thankful for this gathering today, a gathering which affirms all of our spiritual practices and traditions that make our city such a rich tapestry of love and care. Help us all be inspired to do the work that makes our city of Pasadena so wonderful. Together, we thrive.
May we seek to share the truth inherent in each of our spiritual traditions and help us find common ground among the many faith communities that lead us to a relationship with the holy. Help us cultivate respect for other cultures, other ways of living, other ways of worshiping. Guide us to be people of compassion and understanding.
We gather this morning knowing that all is not well in our cities and in our world, with political rancor and war and gun violence and racism and poverty. We commit ourselves to addressing just ways of living near and far. We commit ourselves to a world where all have access to shelter, food, education, respect, and peace together.
Spirit of love, we ask for your continued guidance and wisdom to the leaders of our great city. We thank them for their willingness to serve and to work tirelessly on behalf of others. We commit ourselves to partnering with them as we work to care for others and to create a safe space for all.
Together we thrive.
Divine One, may each of us in our own way and according to our own practice dedicate ourselves to helping create the world that you have imagined from the beginning. Strengthened by this gathering, may we take this desire with us today and cultivate a diverse and thriving city.
Together we thrive.
Renewing Spirit, help us to sow seeds of love and joy inside our own hearts, so that those seeds may flourish and grow within us as we leave this gathering today. that they may in turn produce increased joy and compassion toward others. Together, we thrive.
And to cap off this wonderful breakfast, closing song with audience participation, Urban Voices Project.
Really quick, everyone say, I walk in the Spirit.
I walk in the Spirit.
I walk in the light.
I walk in the light.
I walk through the darkest.
I walk through the darkest
hours of night.
hours of night.
And I call my ancestors.
I call my ancestors.
Didn't count. I didn't see any of you calling your ancestors. And I call my ancestors.
And I call my ancestors.
To my left and my right.
To my left and my right.
To walk with me.
To walk with me.
To walk with me.
To walk with me.
If you didn't get the rest of that, just do the walk with me part. It goes like this. I walk in the Spirit. I walk in the light. I walk in through the darkest hours of night. And I call my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me. That's the easy part. Let's try it again. I walk in the Spirit. Walk in the Spirit. In the light. I walk in the light through the darkest hours of night. And I call my ancestors to my left and my right to walk. Let me hear you try a little louder. I walk in the Spirit. I walk in the light through the darkest hours of night. And I call my ancestors to my left and my right to walk. One more time. I walk in the Spirit. I walk in the light through the darkest hours of night. And I call my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me. To walk. One more time, just the voices. I walk in the Spirit. Are you guys gonna get up and actually walk? Let's see your feet on the floor. Come on, let me see some walking. Hours of night, and I call my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me. To walk with me. I walk in the Spirit. I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me. To walk. And I call my ancestors to my left and my right to walk. To walk. And I call my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me. To walk with me.
The Urban Voices Project.